Hey everybody, Dalton Mack with Second Scout Training Solutions, and I have one of my personal rifles in front of me, and we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about it, what all I have, why I have it, where I got it, and kind of my school of thought on the little tweaks that I've made to the rifle since I've got it. And we'll just kind of get right into it with that instead of my normal, little skits of some idiot or whatever. This is going to be a pretty straightforward review, not even really a review, just explanation of a rifle that I have. So with that being said, most of this rifle was put together at Ridge Country Essentials. My friend Rob over there will help you out. Please check him out. If you're looking for a new firearm in this area, make sure he's one of the places you stop. I want to make it very clear, he does not sponsor me. He is a good friend of mine, and he will take care of you. He's knowledgeable. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm not messing with people that aren't adaptable and just believe that all you need is a shotgun and a 1911. Those aren't my people that I associate with when it comes to firearms. So if you're of the school of thought of, I want to see what else is out there and what advancements are made and how I can be better, go check out Rob. Anyway, so this rifle is a Diamondback AR-15 5.56 platform. It is nothing super fancy. It's honestly probably high-low to low-mid tier rifle. There are more expensive things you can get, but this does what I need it to do as a platform. Full disclosure. When I got out of the military, I was done with the AR-15 platform. That is all I carried for 7 years of different variations, whether that be the M16, M4, IAR, DMR, M27, 38, doesn't matter. Whatever it was, this was most of my experience was this platform. So by the time that happened, I was tired of them, and I'm just now starting to fall back in love with them, and it's because of this rifle. The AR-15 is very customizable, very, very likely that if you go to a range and people have AR-15s, you will not see the same one twice, because there's just so much that can be done with them. They're very versatile in that aspect. So with that being said, all the customization, everything you can do, we're going to talk about mine and why. So we're going to work from the back to the front and talk about the parts, why I have them. First, this is the Mission First Tactical Minimalist stock. I think you can get them at Academy. Again, most of this was put together at Ridge Country Essentials, but Academy and places like that do have them. I used to not like them. I'm kind of indifferent toward it. I just got it because it looked cool, and I wanted to say that I put a rifle together from the back to the front. So I went ahead and bought it because it was a stock that was available that I thought was okay. I'm not building a long-range precision rifle, and I'm not building a super close CQB rifle or anything like that. I'm just building a rifle that I think is practical for what I believe I may need it for one day. So again, Mission First Tactical Minimalist stock. Moving forward to the charging handle right here. I can't remember the brand. I'm not taking it out to look, but I will say the main reason I bought it was because it has the little longer plate right here to be able to come up and grab easier, as opposed to just trying to hit this part here. So that's why I went ahead and bought that. Just little things that make it easier when I'm reaching up to grab. I make sure that I get a good grip on it and pull up, mud, dirt, sweat, blood, whatever, and I can pull up and still cycle my firearm and continue the fight. Now, again, it's clear, as you can see, the bolt's open. So we'll talk about the Magpul B.A.D lever. It just keeps the bolt catch all on one side instead of having to come over to that side and lock it. Is it something I can't live without? No. Is it something I like? Yes, I'm still deciding on it, but for the most part, I like being able to do it all from this side. So I'll give you an example here. Instead of having to come over and press here. In addition, it also widens this out, so it's just easier to hit anyway. If this wasn't here, it's a little thing, if you've never paid attention, maybe the size of a pinky nail that you're trying to hit over here. Not entirely hard. You can train it and get it to where you're not slapping the shit out of your rifle to hit it. Just reload, come up. This just keeps it all on one side. This way I'm able to push this up and catch my bolt and not have to come over to this side of the firearm to do that. And then same thing, just keeps it all there. So again, not something I can't live without, but I do enjoy having it. Next, we're going to talk about the trigger. It is a CMC 2.5 pound trigger, and this thing is awesome. A little nerve-wracking when you're first getting used to it, but I like it. So I'll show you here. You've got, I'll pull from this side so you can see the brake. So this is the brake. That's all there is to it. Now I'm going to keep my thumb there, reset the trigger, and now listen. That's all the movement there is. One more time. That's it. So with that being said, This thing is awesome. I do enjoy this trigger, and again, because I've highlighted it so much, that is a Charlie CMC 2.5 pound trigger. If you want one, go talk to Rob. They're awesome. All right, now moving into my optics, I've got the two Holosun optics here, and they do what I need them to do. Magnifier and the optic that I have here is the Holosun AEMS, or Advanced Enclosed Miniature Sight, I believe is what it is. And it's good. I mean, Holosun is obviously Chinese made, but their optics really aren't bad quality. If you refuse to use Holosun, then that's your own problem. I enjoy them. Shake awake, so it goes off by itself whenever the rifle gets moved around. It wakes the reticle up. By the time it's to your face, you never know, or you'll never notice the difference. I've never once aimed down sights and not had this thing work. So there's that. This was on another rifle previously, but I decided to move it over. I had a SIG Tango MSR sight on this, and I decided to remove that and just kind of bring it down to more of what I think I'll be using this for, and put the SIG optic on another rifle of mine. 3x magnifier, there's not a lot to say about it. It just gets out of the way if you're close. You know, you have this off to the side. If you're further back, flip it up like that. Nothing super crazy, but I like it. Again, further back, just easy transition. It's just the solution to a problem. You know, you can adjust for that, and if you're close enough, you really don't even have to aim. That's a whole nother thing, but we're gonna go ahead and get off of that and move forward. I just have some grip tape here. As you can see, kind of sort of, this thing is well vented, so all that heat's going somewhere. My hand when I'm shooting. So the grip tape's there just to keep me in the fight a little bit longer, because I don't really wear gloves when I'm shooting. I don't like to. I just don't, so I don't. So grip tape. Nothing fancy about that. The Magpul sight, or excuse me, the Magpul canted rail Magpul canted rail attachment is this part right here. That allows for me to put a Surefire flashlight off to the side, so I'm able to use it. The flashlight specifically is just the G2X tack light Surefire, and it works for me. The reason I have it canted, I personally really don't use pressure pads or anything. I still like to get my thumb over there. If I am doing something, I can still see the reticle, and my thumb at no point gets in the way of it. I can do everything right here. Still engage, flashbang. Still engage, do what I need to do. I can still get rapid presses, you know, instead of a strobe light, I can do it myself and use that thumb dexterity to operate the flashlight as opposed to a pressure pad. It's what I like. It works for me. This here is a Magpul hand stop. I don't have it backwards. I've seen some people put them like with this little moon shape back here so they can pull against it into their shoulder. I just like resting my fingers here, kind of like a V shape, fitting it in there, and that's kind of how I rock and roll. And like everything else, it works for me. It may not work for you. I will say the one thing I believe is objectively wrong, and the military has a lot to do with that, is the like beer can hold. If you took this flashlight and you flipped it frickin' horizontal and put it there, it's basically holding that. They have effects, but you held them wrong. The military has a lot to do with that because they gave a bunch of us 18, 19-year-old kids those, never told us how to use them, and you just go, oh, common sense goes to the front of the rifle, so you're holding it like this, and that allows you for no stability and really no recoil control, as opposed to this, the C-clamp over the, whatever it is you're doing, whatever cool guy YouTube you watched, and that's what and you're running with that week. I'm guilty of it. Whatever you're trying out, I would just say that one's probably objectively wrong. My suppressor, hopefully that's the part you've been waiting for, is a rugged Alaskan multi-caliber suppressor. And if you're thinking, Dalton, I can't believe that you gave the government $200 for a suppressor, well, I can't believe you pay your taxes, and we're both here, sitting here, giving money to the government anyway. At least I'm getting something for the money that I give them. So, suppressor, again, we'll get a little bit closer here. Again, rugged Alaskan multi-cal, fits multiple calibers up to 30 cal, or like 7.62 for example. And it just comes with a few different parts you can switch out to get the most out of it. Like with everything, because it's a multi-caliber suppressor, it doesn't do any caliber great, but it does them all pretty well. And with me already being hearing damaged, it's just nice to have something I don't have to worry about too much as far as damaging my hearing. Muzzle brake I bought from Rob to fit it on. The suppressor I did not. I got this from a gun store, Liberty Teeth Armory in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Good guy up there. Go check him out. He will help you out. He stood by me on the entire process, answered all my annoying phone calls and text messages. But I applied for this in January of 23, and I did not hear back from the ATF with the paperwork until roughly late September. So expect that. The process is not as hard and scary as people make it sound. It's just government paperwork. If you ever applied for anything, whether that be benefits, disability, your driver's license, paying your taxes, or whatever, if you've ever done any of that, you know it's annoying. It's the same process with this. You just got to wait a little bit longer. The actual process is not that hard, and it's worth it because suppressors are fun. So, with that being said, the general warm and fuzzies that I get, I'll worry about that later. I'm not left-handed. General warm and fuzzies that I get about this rifle is just I'm familiar with it. I'm falling back in love with the AR-15 platform, and I just overall I'm starting to enjoy them again because of this rifle. All in all, everything said and done, minus these optics and the suppressor, and add on a Sig Tango MSR, I think I paid roughly $1,500. That's for everything. $600 for the rifle, another $4 or $5 almost just for the optics. So you're already at $1,100 just rifle, just the Sig optic. Then you add in the Surefire, the buttstock, the trigger, the bad lever, and coming out at $1,400 for an entirely built rifle the way I want is not bad. You got other brands like Daniel Defense or HK that make stuff, all kinds of stuff that you can go out and buy. Just think about what you need, and if you don't train and you don't know what you're doing, going out and buying those things is not going to help you. I say it all the time, you can't outbuy bad training. I'm not going to say I'm the best in the world. I think I have decent training and a decent understanding of engaging targets and things of that nature, and I still don't go out and buy the expensive stuff. You don't need to. You just don't. You can buy whatever. Like I say again all the time, the high point you have is better than the Glock you dream about. So get what you can afford and spend that extra ammo getting good at it, and then decide if you still even want the crazy expensive rifles. Are they fun? Yes. Will you notice a difference? Yes. If you know what you're looking for, you will notice a difference. However, at 25 yards, 50 yards, things like that, it's not going to be that noticeable. It just really isn't going to be that noticeable as far as the performance, maybe the feeling and stuff like that. But realistically, get what you can afford, train with it, be good at it. We're going to go ahead and cut that there. Be safe, get trained, and remember, seconds count.